Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Well, I just had to do it, didn't I? Even if it's in the cinema, I still can't stay away from shitty movies. Welcome to Quick Shot Reviews. I'm your host Luke, and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. Now, this film series is one with fast cars, and explosions, and family. And if you didn't know from that introduction what I'm talking about, we are talking about Fast X today. A film starring Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, John Cena, and Ludacris. Funny that, because the whole film is absolutely ludicrous. So, join me in the main part of the video, and I'll explain my thoughts on this film. So, Fast X, it kind of is exactly what you're expecting. It's Vin Diesel saying family over and over again with large explosions that just beggars belief because they don't look real, because most of them aren't. There is one particular scene where there's some fire and it's the worst CG fire I've ever seen. There's things in here that are just incredibly stupid, and apart from Jason Momoa, who is an excellent character and a really good actor when it comes to camping it up, and John Cena, this film is not good. It's not good. It's cookie cutter, because they know people will come and see it. Hey, look, we've got fast cars and big explosions. Now, I don't know whether it's the camera that they used, but a lot of the action scenes don't look real. They look like they're in video games. There's quite a lot of scenes where they're actually filming with cars, the big scenes, but then, just watching the trailer now, then the big scenes where there's fire and explosions and smoke, it just doesn't look real because it's added in post, and it's lazy, so lazy. So we follow Dom Toretto again and his family, and they're targeted by a vengeful son of a drug kingpin, Herman Reyes. Apparently this happened in Fast 6, something that I haven't seen, and I have no desire to watch either, where Dom and his partner do a heist, and they steal a vault from a wall with 2 fast cars, and then proceed to drag it through the streets of Rome. Wow. Just that first 10 minutes, recap 10 minutes of a 2 hours and 21 minute film is the worst tripe I have ever seen while sat in the cinema. I went through a whole share bag of Maltesers, and I never do that. Went through a whole bag of Maltesers in the first half an hour of this film. It was that bad. I was bored. I was eating because I was bored. Now, I don't have the words to describe this film. It makes me angry. They can still put these things out. Anyway, so you got Vin Diesel, you got Michelle Rodriguez playing Letty, who is Dom's wife. You've got Jason Statham in it for like 2 seconds, Jordana Brewster. Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, which is very apt for this film. Natalie Emmanuel, Charlize Theron, John Cena, of course, Sung Kang, Helen Mirren, yeah, cool, Brie Larson, Scott Eastwood, and Jason Momoa, and Alan Ritchson. Yeah. Just, yeah. It's directed by Louis Leterrier and written by Dan Mazu, and I would suggest that neither of those people are left anywhere near a film ever again. This series went downhill when Paul Walker tragically passed away, and it's just bad. It was fun for the first one, Fast and the Furious. You know, it was fast cars, and it was a street racing gang and an undercover cop that, you know, were, you know, they formed this friendship, and then he became family and left the police force. And then eventually the bandits started to become the heroes, and as technology went on, the film fell down. It gets Dumb and Dumberer every single time they bring one of these out. Jason Momoa carries this film. John Cena does a really good job for the very short time he's in it. And you thought going into space was bad. Well, wait to see what's doing on this one. It's not as bad as the last one. It's not as bad as Fast 9, but I just can't recommend this film at all. It's awful from start to finish. That being said, however, if you do want to see this, if you're a fan of the series, do go and see it. Show your love for the cinema. It might mean that we actually get some decent films coming out very soon. Like I say, the 340 million for the budget, and it's not made its budget back. But the worldwide gross in US dollars is 352 million. So they've made $12 million on this film. Yeah, I think it's time to give up on this one and try something new, as if they would. Anyway, like I say, if you want to go and see it, go and see it. I can't recommend it. It's down to your own convictions. We'll see what we've got coming up. We've got Spider-Man coming up, and we've got, what else? The Flash. Yes. And I think that's it for time being. I think there's something in between those films as well, but we'll get there when we get there. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, my thoughts on Fast X, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Hiya.